Alright, hello all you crazy people out there, this is Dragonite, and welcome back to the Harvest December demo. So I think we're almost at the end, and Shiro has just kind of saved Yuki's life in exchange for, like, Yuki never seeing Misaki again, and it's, I'm sure that's going to end perfectly, like, diplomatically, you know? Anyway, time to start reading. Child, it must be hard for you to stand. Why don't you relax and lie down? If I do that, you'll make me watch something that will kill my soul. Yes, but you will live. I don't need a life from your mercy. Yuki was so weak it was a miracle that she could even talk. It was only the strength of her will that kept her standing. Misaki, this is the only way that will keep us alive. You'll bow down to that god just to stay alive? There's nothing left if we die. You're leaving me? I never chose you in the first place. Oh, that's nice. You haven't chosen Shiro either. Now I have. If not, we will both die. And because of that, you will suffer the pain of immortality? Maybe your choice. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter either way for me. I have time. If you fail me here, I will have another opportunity some other time. You know he doesn't love you, Shiro. That same goes for you. But I can change that. You can change that? How? I have all the time in the world to change anything. But what do you have? A life that's running out of time, that's what you have. What else can you offer him? I have nothing. That's right. That's why. But I don't need anything. Shiro stiffened. Are you going to choose Shiro, Misaki? I think it's the only choice I have. Is there going to be like a branching path here? I was not counting on that. You're being realistic. I felt like I'd just been slapped. You're about to make a choice that is against your principles. Should I save just in case? Let's do that. Overwrite save data. Alright. You're telling me that I'm making a realistic choice when I'm going to turn into a god. What is power? What is time? You know it means nothing. You do not value it. That is why you chose both me and Shiro. I'm attracted to Shiro because she is a god. But you don't care for her powers, you're only fascinated by what she is and what she appears to be. She was right. I've always said I am attracted to all things unreal. Wasn't that like the first line in this story? Way back in part 1? Then what is real? Had I ever thought of that before? I hadn't. Interesting. As long as something looks worthy of your attention, you will bow down to it. Misaki, you're hopeless, you're weak, you have always been, and probably always will be. That's how you're made, Misaki Kono. I couldn't deny it. There wasn't even a reason to deny it. She was right. I was weak. I'd always knelt before power. I'd always try to avoid being manipulated. Yet a part of me wished for it. That's why I couldn't imagine what she was going to do. Oh, that's nice. I must be a woman that rules you entirely. Even more than a goddess ever could. She kissed me. No, it wasn't just a kiss. She had one hand on my chin and the other had the other clutched on the back of my head. She had taken hold of me. I was her captive, yet again. My mind went blank. You! Shiro's voice was far away now. What she said didn't matter anymore. Yuki's kiss was suffocating. She didn't let go. She wouldn't allow me to let go. I couldn't catch my breath. But I didn't mind if I died this way. She wasn't the goddess. She wasn't immortal. She was somebody whose name would probably be forgotten in history. But she was, in the moment, beyond anything I could imagine. Her eyes. She wasn't looking at me. She was staring at Shiro as if to challenge her. They burned with a cold fire and glittered with life. With one look, she had overpowered a goddess. I had her determination, her will. We will fight this. The odds... I'm okay. The odds may be against us, but we will fight this. She was strong. She was only human. She didn't have the experience, nor the time that Shiro had, but yet she was capable of changing everything in a split second. And that moment I believed she wanted to. She could do anything, even conquer the world. But now only her interest is in me. It was unnatural, it was a mistake. I knew that. But... Misaki! I didn't even remember when she released me. In the darkness I could only make out the shape of her tongue. Her breath was hot. She stepped away and my knees gave way. What have you done to me? She gave a triumphant smile and kept quiet. But I knew what she wanted. It may not have been the best option, but... We might die, you know, I said. Even so, she replied. So I gathered myself together and stood up. I'm borrowing this. I picked up the broken naginata by Shiro's feet. I looked at Yuki for a moment to make sure she had no regrets. There was no need to. She had made up her mind. I nodded and knelt before her, pointing the blade towards her kimono. With one slice, I cut through the material, making a slit between her legs. Alright. I tossed the blade aside and turned turned to offer her my back. She climbed on. I caught hold of her legs, making sure she was in a steady position. With the kimono out of the way, I could piggyback her now. Stop! Shiro yelled as she realized what we were about to do. Are you mad? Probably yes. If madness was to descend the mountain through a blizzard carrying a girl on my back, why would you make such a stupid decision? I don't know. I know it's not the best way. You aren't just putting your life at risk. The girl would die as well. If both of you die, Koai, your friends, your family, they will mourn you. Don't you understand the pain you will inflict on them? I know. If I was clever, I'd probably buy time till Yuki recovered from the cold. But I didn't think that would have been honest. I wouldn't have wanted that either, Yuki whispered in my ear. We'll go now. I wouldn't save you. Excuse me? I don't care if both of you live or die anymore. Go on. Go ahead. Leave and freeze to death. I know. I started walking. I'm serious. I won't save you even if you beg me to. The large tears streaming down her face dropped to the wooden floor like the beginning of rain. Shiro! I stopped at the door and looked back. Hey! She stopped crying for a moment. I'll see you again. And, I have a feeling that won't be a very nice encounter either. I opened the door and walked out from the comfort of Shiro's warm shrine to the deathly cold. Whatever moved me to do something as stupid as this? Probably the same thing that inspired mankind to do the most epic things in history. It's called love, Yuki whispered. That's nice. Descent. Okay, so this keeps going. I thought the story was over, like, at that, when they were collecting the crab meat and whatever, but that was a while ago now. I knew this would happen. Even though I had my gloves on, my fingertips were frozen and I couldn't feel anything. Whenever the wind blew up the mountainside, I almost tumbled over, even with Yuki's weight added to my back. Shiro was right, this was madness. Misaki, what do you want to do when you get home? Take a shower, a really hot one. You prefer showers or baths? 2 baths, unbelievable. It's fast and easy. You could come over to my place, I'll wash your back for you. No thank you. You think I will take advantage of you in the bath? Yeah, probably, to be honest. Well, you're right. Baths are supposed to be relaxing. I don't want to lose HP in a place where I'm supposed to gain them. Oh, nice. RPG logic. HP, what's that? Horny points? Why do you keep trying to turn in that direction? We're making pointless conversation just to take our minds off the cold. Now and then, Yuki would let me know which direction to go. I had no idea how long I walked. It felt like hours, but when there's a saying that time passes slowly when you're in pain, my guess was that we probably hadn't made much progress at all. I kept moving. If I stopped to rest even for a second, I felt like I would never be able to get up again. It was so cold, I wouldn't have been surprised if the white breath coming from the mountain froze before it could dissipate. How are you putting up, Yuki? I'm fine, because you're warm. We've had this conversation so many times. Every time, her voice got weaker. Yuki? My arms had lost all sensation for a while now. I didn't even know if I was holding her. We probably won't make it. I lifted my right foot to take one more step. The snow was falling so thickly I couldn't see anything more than a few meters in front of me. The batteries in the pen light I had in my mouth had died ages ago. It was a miracle that we could still connect to one another. Our bodies were frozen to the core. Do you regret it? Regret what? If we had stayed with Shiro, we would be warm now. You idiot. I know I am an idiot. I've never felt happier in my life. Then, you wouldn't mind if you died now? You're an idiot, and you're insensitive too. I could feel my legs beginning to give out. I'm not going to be satisfied until I have more of you. Until I know everything about you. Is that so? First, we'll have a baby. I haven't given up on that either, despite the way you resisted at the shrine. Well, I say, I grumbled. Just imagining all the slander I would get about my manhood made me feel depressed. You deserve it, coward. I couldn't deny it. Ha ha, kidding. Surprisingly, she didn't press the subject and fell silent instead. I was worried that she might have fallen asleep and tried shaking her, but she was awake. My limbs were growing numb now. The only thing that I felt was the breath on my neck and the weight of Yuki on my back. The wind has stopped, Yuki murmured. I looked around. She was right. Everything was so still and quiet. It was almost like we had stepped into a picture book. I began walking downhill in bigger strides. I didn't have the strength to put caution in my steps. I simply moved my legs automatically. The sky was beginning to pale. Walking through the mountain forest in silence, a strange serenity came over me. Everything seemed so otherworldly. It's a new day today. It's the new year. Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah. What kind of answer is that? Yeah. Misaki? Dawn's coming. I could see a hint of yellow creeping through the branches above us. My knees gave way. This is it. I fell forwards, face down onto the snow. Misaki! Her voice was warm in my ear. I didn't care about the pain or impact, nor did I feel it. I was just so sleepy and tired, yet I felt at peace. Are we going to die? Yeah. Can you tell me something? Yeah. Do you love me? No. Nice try, though, I have to say. That's not what I meant, I told her gently before she jumped to conclusions. I meant, no, I won't answer your question. If I did, I would feel as if I said it because of the circumstances, not because I really meant it. Oh, well, fine. But if you don't tell me now, I'll never know. We don't have much time left. That's a shame. Misaki! Misaki? I could hear her voice calling my name. It got smaller and smaller till it faded away, and I couldn't hear it anymore. I was so sleepy, gradually I lost my consciousness. I took my last breath. Then I let it go. Are we finally at the end yet? God. Achoo! That's like a hospital noise thing. I was lying in a vehicle, judging by the hum and the vibration around me. Don't move. The voice came from a woman garbed in white who peered down at me through her spectacles. What's your name? Misaki Kono. Do you know where you are right now? I'm in an ambulance? What is your most prized possession? A kimono something porn magazine. Okay, you're fine. Good. Patient, stable, no signs of memory loss. Has a tendency to get excited over a woman garbed in kimono. Managed to not splash my microphone this time. Don't put down the last bit, I croaked. Achoo! I looked over to the side. More sneezing. She's weak, but alive. The woman reassured me. Right next to me, Yuki lay on her gurney sneezing. She must be allergic to the fur she was wrapped in. We took it away, but she's still reacting to it. Fur? I noticed something tickling my nose. This? I pulled the sheet of fur that served as my blanket closer to my face to examine it. Yep, that's it. Where's it from? It's too white to be a fox or raccoon, and if it was a bear, you wouldn't be here. She tilted her head inquiringly. It's a wolf fur, I replied. What? You know our native wolves have been extinct for a long time. Don't tell me we've imported timber wolves to our mountains. I started to laugh. Why are you laughing? Tell me, I want to know. She shook the gurney without any regard to without regards to the fact that I was, in fact, her patient. Of course, I didn't tell. There should be a space in there. Are you sure that was the right thing to do? From afar, I could see the red lights of the ambulance rushing away. I thought you weren't going to help, Shiro answered. Shiro, the goddess, asked the goddess who had straddled his back. Okay, so the wolf, that's right. Just this time. Well, aren't you a softie? See you again. What? He said, see you again. He probably said that just to keep you interested despite his choice up there. Do you think that he's manipulative? I don't know. Sometimes he's too simple. Sometimes he thinks too much. Can't read that one. Give me a straight answer. It's both. Shiro lifted her eyebrows. It occurs to me that the wolf and, I've been pronouncing the wolf and the goddess's name the same way, but one has, like, a U at the end and one doesn't. And I have a funny feeling that I'm not supposed to be pronouncing them the same way, so again, people who do Japanese, yell at me. And, I don't know, it's too late for me to, like, fix it. Because I can't just go through and, like, re-narrate every single part that they appear in, but still. I think he said that so you would look out for him. But if you ask me, he only said that to be saved. I don't think so. Yeah, he wouldn't have said that without a purpose, would he? How would I know? Never mind then, Shiru. I guess I can call one in Shiro and one Shiru or something like that. I don't know. She tugged on his neck. Shiru whirled around, ready to leave. You know what? Shiro paused, as if to wonder whether he should say what he thought. Tell me. It's going to be difficult if you're planning to win him back. Okay, so that's what the rest of this story is going to be about. I know that. She recalled the way Yuki stared her down when she kissed Misaki. I've been reading for like 2 hours now. I really could use a break, but I don't want to because I want to finish this. Anyway, she could have stopped her using her power, but she couldn't. At that moment, Shiro has been overpowered by the girl's determination. But I can't let her take Misaki away. Going to fight for him? Of course I will. That's strong coming from someone that cowered under a child's glare and saved a boy when she said she wouldn't. Say what you want. I'll show that girl. Take your time. After all, that's all we've got. Alright, Shiro. Enough talk. Let's go have some fun. As in? Going to steal, get some ice cream. They returned to the mountains under the pale light of the sky. It was almost dawn. Alright. Epilogue. Finally.